Compliments. People like compliments from their fragrances. And although they're not something I particularly look for, I'm way too old and way too blind for that sort of thing, there's certainly something I've received from my fragrances. Literally nothing else. Hi, I'm Blind Ian, and I like to use my slightly heightened sense of smell to smell things. So I thought I'd start a little series about fragrances I've had compliments on. Today I thought I'd do fragrances I've received compliments for from other men. As with most of these sort of videos, we're going to do one cheap, one mid-price, and one expensive-y, niche-y one. By the way, when I say attention from men, I don't necessarily mean men who like other men, just men who have expressed an appreciation of my fragrance. Anyway, the cheap fragrance that I've most been complimented for by men is this, Rasasi Hawas Ice. And if I'm honest, I'm not really sure why. I bought it, well, A, because it's cheap, but also because I like oceanic aquatic fragrances, and I was led to believe that that's what this is. It's not. The opening is sweet and fruity, and it's kind of nice, but kind of a bit of a chemically mess. I guess it's fresh, I guess it's fruity, I guess it's sweet, and I guess it's okay. But honestly, it's not for me. Oh, and the performance isn't brilliant. However, I don't think I've ever worn it without someone of the same sex as me saying, "That smells alright, mate, what are you wearing?" So I guess people like it. It's worth mentioning, I don't think I've had a single compliment from a woman for this fragrance. The next slightly more expensive fragrance that I've only received compliments from men for is this, Sunset Hour by Goldfield and Banks. Now, I didn't like this when I first got it, but it's really grown on me. I bought it because I've got several other Goldfield and Banks fragrances and I like them all. So I thought, why not? So there's a shit ton of notes in here, mainly fruity notes. You can really pick out the peach and the pear most of all. But there's other stuff in there as well. There's some spices, some sandalwood in the base. It's yummy. I think the reason I didn't like it to start with is it's very sweet. I'm not a big fan of super sweet fragrances, but it kind of works, especially in the summer evenings. It's supposed to be unisex, but it certainly leans a little bit masculine. Although I've heard people say it's too masculine for feminine people and too feminine for masculine people. I can't be bothered with all that stuff. But again, I've only ever received compliments from men when I wear this fragrance. And unlike the other fragrances I'm mentioning, it has usually been from men who like other men. It's just sweet, tropical, fruity loveliness, which, if I was gay, would probably be my handle on Grindr. And finally, the expensive fragrance I own, which has garnered a huge number of compliments from other men, is this, African Leather by Memo Paris. This is an outstanding fragrance. It's spicy, there's cardamom, there's woods, there's obviously a bit of leather. It's fantastic. And despite being called African leather, it's got a really Middle Eastern vibe to it. I think it's all the spices. Maybe North Africa. Now, being one of the greatest fragrances ever made, I've garnered a huge number of compliments from both men and women, but certainly more men comment on this than women. And I think it's because they're jealous of how masculine I smell. I can hear it in their voice when they compliment me. They say,
"Oh, that smells really nice. What are you wearing?"
but actually they mean,
"You smell like an alpha male. There's no way I can compete with that."
Now, of course, African Leather by Memo Paris is a unisex fragrance. And I think maybe a feminine woman could rock this in a late evening. But generally speaking, it leans very, very masculine. But smushing cardamom and leather together will do that. So there we go. Wear Rasasi Hawas Ice if you want compliments from men who don't know anything about fragrances. Wear Sunset Hour by Goldfield and Banks if you want to attract another man. And wear African Leather by Memo Paris if you want other men to see you as the alpha. My next video will be fragrances I've had the most female compliments for, so follow if you fancy that. Cheers.